ghosts and ghouls, and welcome to another Halloween edition. This one's a little less scary this week for all of you scaredy cats out there. The only thing that might be a bit scary about this is my terrible sexy vampire face. Watch this face. So I'm starting off with eyebrows, and if you've ever watched Queen of the Damned, she has eyebrows that sort of peak and then come down and out to the side, very Cleopatra-esque. So I'm using Pomade by Anastasia Beverly Hills in chocolate to sort of really fill my brows in, because as you can see I have a black wig on, so I'm really filling my brows in and darkening them and giving them a much more defined shape. As you all know, I'm a total vampire geek and I love all vampire movies, so Queen of the Damned is one of my absolute favourites. Ali is a little bit darker than me, so I have warmed up my skin tone later on in the video. I have made my crown too from cardboard and tinfoil and a little bit of spray paint, and I'll add in a few little bits and bobs later on as we go, but they would have gotten in the way of the makeup. And I've applied some contact lenses in green too. So once I'm happy with my eyebrows, I'm going to follow on with a cut crease action following the same shape as the eyebrows, because again that's how she has it in the movie. I'm using MAC Teddy pencil to outline this shape, and then I'm going to go in with a brush and blend all that out. To start off with, I'm just using a clean 217. I then will swap into using the same 217 with a little bit of MAC Corduroy, and again just going over the top and following the same shape and buffing all that out. I'm then going to go in with a flat MAC 212 brush and a sort of dark brown charcoal colour. It's from one of my Makeup Revolution palettes, because again I don't want it to be too warm, but I wanted a nice dark brown, and I'm going to start strengthening up that cut crease again. If you look at her makeup, there isn't any harsh lines, it's all kind of smoked out and blended, but I still want to have that intensity in the middle of the cut crease. Repeating the process with the 212 and the 217, I'm just going to keep going until my cut crease is as intense as I want it. To finish off the eye makeup, I didn't want anything too noticeable on the eyelid or too much of a colour on the eyelid, but again, because Aaliyah's skin tone is much darker than mine, I needed to make my eyelid look a little bit darker than my natural pale skin tone, so I used the Sleek contour kit, the contour colour obviously, just over the eyelid because it's nice and matte, didn't look like an obvious eyeshadow and just looked like skin. So let's get some good old school vampire contouring on the go. I'm going to use my MAC Duo Sculpting Cream, the Cleopatra shade. I don't want it to be too mad because, you know, it's not that kind of vampire look we're going for, but I do want a good bit of contour, so I'm going to soften it in with my beauty blender and just make sure that there's no really harsh edges, but there's a visible line there. I'm going to use a little bit under my lips because Aaliyah's lips look awesome, which mine don't, so that'll give me a little bit more fullness. A little bit on the nose as well to sculpt out my nose too, because again, we're going to go old school vampire here. I've also applied some false lashes. I've got a couple of different pairs on that I've cut up because I'm quite bad for keeping odd lashes, so I do Halloween looks like this. I don't have to use any of my good pairs, so do the same. If you've got any odd lashes that you've used and you're missing one, keep them and you can see what you can use them for. Going over the top of my contour just to warm up a touch because I felt it looked a little bit grey. I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills contour palette with the warmest shade. Any of you have watched Queen of the Damned, you'll notice that the vampires all have this sort of green, eerie glow on their skin. So I used a Natural Collection eyeshadow. It was a real cheap, just green, sort of minty eyeshadow, and mixed it a little bit with my Soft and Gentle MAC highlighter. And oh my god, it was the bomb. I could have gone expensive and used Jeffree Star's Mint, I think it's called, or Frosted Mint, something like that. But I've always sort of scared me the idea of a green highlighter, but oh my lord, it was brilliant and I absolutely loved it. Off camera, I added a little bit more bronzer just to set my contour, and then added a little bit more of the green because I didn't feel it was green enough. I was really scared about using it. But then I kind of went hell for leather and just threw green highlighter all over my face, and I'm totally in love. Green highlighter all the way. So as I said, I had a few extra touches to add to my headpiece. I also put on an old necklace that I have and used that as a neck piece that she has in the video. I popped in my teeth and then I made some sexy vampire faces. Thank you so much for watching. I always love doing vampire ones, you know I do. So this one was a little less scary this time. I only have time for one more video next week, but it's the best to last. It's zombie week. So make sure you tune in and I'll see you again next time. Bye!